Hi, good morning. This is Mary and I'm the honeybee picker and I sell full-time. I had a professional corporate job and left my job. We've made a lot of sacrifice to do this. The goal is to get back some of your work-life balance, your own happiness, your joy, and so that's what I'm working on. And I have goals that I've set, and I've achieved some of those, and I have more goals to go through. So this video is going to be about what sold, and for the last week of November. First thing that I have is this Christmas snow scene. It looks so much better in person than the photo. The photo's pretty good, but when you see it in person, there's a lot of little details that you can't see in just a photograph. So this sold for $25 plus shipping, and I got this at a thrift store, and let's see, I paid $1.50. This next item is a pair of Dickies men's overalls, and they were new with the tags, and I got this pair and two other pairs. I believe they were all three different brands, and I think this was the only one with tags on it. So this pair of Dickies Bib Overalls sold for $26 plus shipping, and I think I paid $3 for this pair of overalls. So that's pretty good. The next item was from a different yard sale, and this was a little challenging to get in the picture because it's so narrow and it's so long. So I had to like put it on an angle to get it in the picture. And so it's a large wrought iron 5-pillar candle holder, and I took a best offer, and that sold. Let me see. I have a little spreadsheet that I keep track of things. And it sold for, with the shipping, was $45. The next item that I have is this pair of Justin's. The Justin boots actually had a lower resale value on eBay than the Tony Llamas. But so I was asking $79 and I accepted a best offer. Let's see, Justin boots with shipping and everything was $85, and we made $37.34. So my average price for the boots was $15, and that day I bought 8 pairs of boots for $15 a pair. And funny story, so I pulled out the pair of Justins, and I pulled out 2 or 3 pairs of the Tony Llamas, and like they were all the same, size 6.5 for a bunch of boxes, and then 2 pair size 5. And so I opened them and checked them out, and I was like, well, I'm not going to open 8 boxes of boots. Lo and behold, when I go to inspect them and list them and stuff, one box said size 6.5, right? It had one 6.5 boot and one size 8 boot. So I guess when they had their store, they must have, like with the display, took down their display or something and put 2 different boots in the box. I was like, man, if it had only been like 2 size 8 and the wrong box of a 6.5 box, I could have made that work. But no, it was 2, they're brand new, but 2 completely different size boots. So right now I have them listed as single boots in like home decor as like a centerpiece or something, and see if some crafty person wants to work with that. And if you've seen on my Instagram, there's some information there too about these boots. So sometimes when I see yard sales, or in the past, I think my hair's getting wonky, guys. What is going on? But when I would see yard sales with a lot of like new merchandise looking stuff, I would think, oh, they're gonna want too much money, and they don't, I'm not gonna find a good deal. So I would pass up stuff sometimes. but you never know, and you can negotiate. And sometimes my husband goes with me, and he's a really good negotiator. He's very charming. So he helped me with these boots. If you find like snow ski wear for children, I don't like doing children's clothes too much, but certain things sell really well, and I would say they pretty much just sell within a couple of weeks. This one was a Land's End girls pink snow bib, and it's a size 7. And yeah, these are the grow with me, so they'll have in like the bottom ankle area of the leg. On the inside it has, like, they start out a little bit shorter, but then you can you don't have to really alter them, but there's a way to like let it out, and it comes down a little bit longer so that it'll last an extra season, an extra winter. So those were hot pink, and they sold for $25.95 plus ship. And so, for example, let's see, what did we take from that? Here they are. We kept, so the actual gross sale with the shipping was $32.95, and we kept $18.66. I did pay up for these overalls because they were Land's End, but still, and I got them from a thrift store. I paid, I think, $8. Let's see, where is it at? No, I think they were asking like $8 or $10 for them, but it was like a half off day, so I paid $5 for those. I'm new, so these beginning videos, I figure until I get about 10, 20, 200, how many it takes till you kind of smooth out. You tell me, how many videos did it take? If you make videos, whether it's for fun or for business, how many videos did it take you to get it right? Or how many cuts or takes? You know, this is the 3rd try already, and so here we go. So these new Torrid boots, I don't know if you can tell from the picture, but they're not really a red, they're not a burgundy. I describe them as a raspberry color, and they are not leather, but they have a little bit of an accent, like a gold trim at the back of the heel, and then the buckles, and then they have matching laces for the lace up the back of the calf. And those, they were new and without a box, and I got these also at a thrift store, brand new. They still had the tags on the bottom, no signs of wear whatsoever, and so I got $60 plus shipping. So we kept $37.11 for our own pocket, so that's great. I got this at a yard sale. The lady wanted $3, and so I tried to get it for $2 because it had some ink on it, and I was taking a gamble that I would be able to get out this ink, and so she didn't want to take $2, so we went for $3. I paid her the $3, and I did have to do a couple of attempts of getting the ink out, and I got all of it out, so that was fantastic. And I think I took it out with some Goo Gone, but I would test in a different place to make sure it's not going to change the color, like use a Q-tip or something so it's really small and not seen. They are toddler zero exposure, like a snow jacket and bib jumpsuit with a hood. So, I sold it for $36, and that's what I was asking for plus shipping, and we kept $18.66. And I have a spreadsheet that I developed. I'm still working out a few more little tweaks in it, but it's in sections in Excel from left to right, and so I can collapse each of the sections so that the noise on my screen is just about what I'm trying to do. So if I'm working on listing, then I can just collapse all the other category, the other sections of it left to right, and just have the listing information open. And even within that, you can collapse the section where you can track what category or subcategory or the store that you bought it at or things like that. So I have a way to track all that. If the more data you want, you can put it in there, and if you don't want so much, then you can skip some things. So, and then I have another section for like it being sold, and then I have formulas that calculate like an estimated amount based on what I'm listing, and I have an extra column in here from the beginning, like when you start listing, if you would like to get an idea, projection of how low you could go, you can put in two numbers, what you're going to list today and kind of that bottom number that you're keeping in your head of, I don't want to go any lower than this. So you can see it in live in your spreadsheet if it's going to work out for you. How low could you go? And that helps you also set kind of the bar for offers if you take offers on your listed items. If you want to go ahead and put somewhere around that number that you've got for a bottom line number in your head of what offers you're willing to take. So that's that. And then profits and margin and all of that. And then it has a bar across the top so I can see the total value of everything that's listed and what has sold. And there's aging columns so I know how old items that have not sold yet and items that have already sold, how long did it take. So all that's automatic with formulas. So enough about that. Anyway, some of the boots that I got for this time, I kind of went a little crazy. So at the thrift store, I found at the thrift store that their inventory was like exploding. And so on the top of all their racks, they had like clothing underneath and boots all across the top and shoes and whatever. So I had to wait in line outside for a long time because I got there early waiting for them to open. It was a big sale, big holiday sale. So when I went in and I'd already pre-scoped out the place a couple days before, and I thought, okay, the inventory is still here. I'm going to load up on boots. I probably bought too many, but I'm already have made my money back, and so I still have some boots left. But as we go through these what sold, you'll see more boots that sold. Today I have 2 pairs of brand new Tony Lama boots that are going out to one buyer in Canada. So she does some type of competition. That's all I know. She didn't really say what, but I'm thinking maybe it's something to do with horses. Who knows? But she got a great bargain on 2 brand new pairs, and she bought these for $210 plus shipping, which going from here to Canada or anywhere out of the US is going to cost her a little bit extra. I do use the eBay International shipping program, and I'm new to it, so I don't know if I'll always use that. Let me know what your thoughts are for the international shipping. So what I wanted to show you is how I'm going to box these, and she paid for USPS priority, so how am I going to Frankenstein a box for to ship out both of these. So let's get started. So I partially prepared this so you won't have to watch every little second of the process, but to ship out one pair of boots in a box like this, it's about a 5-inch tall box, and it takes 2 of the USPS shoe box, and I keep a supply of these here, and I probably need to order some more because you know how slow they can be. So I split 2, and then where I split it, and I'll show you that. I'll show you the boots. They're the they have like a dark tan or medium tan shoe section, and then the calf is like that aqua turquoise color. So I split two, and where the open flap is like this edge right here, I joined to the next flat edge of the other box. So I've only got like one little piece of tape on here just to show that, but I'll split it. So you take that edge right there and join the next box to it. And so I try to make sure that I can see those little slits, or what would be the slit, and then put just a temporary piece of tape there, and then I'll end up taping across the whole piece here. Now when you piece them together, you'll have some extra slits here that you're actually wanting this to be kind of one piece, so you can fold them down for the sides. And so I'll tape just a little piece of tape up and over the slits that I don't need. And let's see how this works. So I taped two together, and I took one box and laid it on here and kind of played around with the folds that are already in it to see, do I want to shift it to the left or to the right. But it fits exactly as far as the width for these boot boxes for this brand. And then, so I decided that instead of here, which that's where I used that edge a lot for other shipping of shoes, I went ahead and came all the way down to the last crease. And you can see that here, the very last piece, to start there. So then we need both pairs in here to get the height correct. And so it folds nicely there, and the actual natural crease is okay for the next piece right here. And then I need to close up this end over here. So I still have just a little, maybe a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch space in here, and that'll leave me enough room to put a single layer of bubble wrap for the top and the bottom. But then I need to close up this side, so I took a box, and this is another shoe box that's open, and so just kind of tucking it in here to see what would I need. And it looks like all we need is this one wide piece right here. So this kind of that wide section piece right here. So for this, I don't like using a box knife. I am a klutz. And so I found these, and I'll list the link below. But these are actual cardboard box cutters. So they have two settings in here for, you know, to more the comfort of your hand. So if you have a smaller hand, you can notch it down one so it doesn't expand so far. But if you can handle it all the way up, it's just a little bit more. But with that angle, it lets me cut through the box, and it has kind of a different type of blade than your traditional scissor. So let me see if you can see that. So there's like a lip to it right here, and then it has one on this one too, so it will actually cut through the cardboard instead of like just bending it. So let's cut off our piece that we need. So I just need this piece right here. So I'm not going to cut myself. I do not like a box knife, especially if you're trying to, you know, you're hustling. Just trying to get everything done and out by whatever your timelines are. And so this, I can tuck this little lip underneath the box, because this flap here can tape onto the outside of this box here. I'm going to tuck this one in. Yep. And this will go nicely right here. Okay, so now we're ready to put this piece, and we're going to use this bottom flap as part of the length. So this will go here, and throw that down. See? And then this will cover from the bottom. So we're gonna line up these edges here and put a couple of temporary pieces, or they're not really temporary, but they're just to stabilize, because we're going to leave them on there. And that's pretty straight there. And make sure that it's flat here. Do this side. Okay, and then this one's going to tape at the bottom edge right here. You can see that. Okay, and then of course it's going to have some bubble wrap in there, and I'm not ready to do them yet, but I'll just sit the bubble in here to kind of help with this, because we want to now line this up, and I can see the seam inside the box here where these flaps come up, and this is not going to be enough. We'll save that. And the pieces that I split and I use a piece of it, I always end up using all of it, but like on another order. So I just kind of tuck my thumb in here and then turn it and just rock, rock, rock. If it doesn't want to peel at first, start from the other edge, because sometimes there'll be a thicker piece of glue. So this, we know that the top is the wide, a narrow, and a wide. And so I have a wide, a narrow, and a wide. That's like exactly this piece here. So I'm gonna cut off this edge over here and save it for another shipment. And we'll just cut right through this. Ta-da! I don't need that. And turn it this way so maybe you can see it better. Now I have another little tool. This is very inexpensive, and it's really traditionally used like for pattern tracing to make clothes or some project. But this isn't going to cut me. It's a little bit pokey, but it's not going to cut me. And I can score my box. I want to get kind of close in here so I don't have to recut it. I'm going to tilt down. about that? Does that look good? This time it kind of turned out crooked, so I want the narrower piece. Kind of press firmly, so you can just do like that. Get your nice little cardboard scissors. Cut right through it. Check it real quick. That's gonna fit just fine, so we'll probably tuck everything else in and tape it this way. But I know I need one for the other side. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. And I'll just score it. Cut this off. And these USPS priority boxes, the cardboard is pretty thin, so keep that in mind in what you're shipping. If that's enough strength for what you're shipping, or if you need to use a different box. But it does keep the weight down when that's not a risk, you know, to the item that you're shipping. Okay. So let's take these out and start getting it shaped up a little bit. Tape on this seam here. And I have this weighted dispenser, and I can just pull my tape from here and cut it, and it works great. And I do have a smaller tape, and then I keep a couple other little tools in here, and it stays put if I don't take my hand together in it. So this side. Sorry about how noisy that was. I pulled it so fast. It made a lot of noise. That, and I needed to show you what the boots look like. So, pretty nice looking boot. And she said that she's worn this exact boot for years in her competition. So she said, I can't find them anymore. So she already knows that this size fits her. So that's great. on the outside and tape it all the way around. So I think I want to put it on the outside so there'll be less places for it to lift. And by putting it on the outside, I won't have to tape all these little flaps. But this piece over here I need to cut to make sure it folds in. In. Scoop that up, put that on, and get some I think I'll trim that little piece off. Just to get it lined up. I'm gonna trim this off. And this is less dangerous. I mean, you really shouldn't leave them laying open, but if I just touch it, it's not gonna cut me like that. I'd have to run my hand on it. But this open in between is less risk than if you had like a box knife left open and you bumped it. I mean, that box knife is not my friend. So now I'm going to close them up like that, and I want to put a thank you card in. I just have these simple cards for now, and I'll put the link for these as well, and one day I'll get some made, but for now these are really inexpensive and just kind of classic little thank you notes, but I still write on the back. I hope you're enjoying this video and learning how to make a Frankenstein box. Some are harder, some are easier, and of course if you're not giving instruction to somebody, it goes a lot smoother. And after you practice, which the first ones, you should have seen me. I was trying to box stuff like on my sofa. You can't really box on your sofa like that, but I was trying and just trying to see, well, does this box work? Does that box work? And I was even trying to make Frankenstein boxes out of regular brown cardboard boxes, which are heavier. And so I'm sure in the first few things that I shipped out where I had to make a box, and it was for USPS priority, that I probably put myself over the edge into the next pound. I probably did that a couple of times, but now I know. So these boxes are free, so use them. sure that this is. That tape was like perfect length. It doesn't always work out like that, but the more you do them, the more you'll get really good at how much tape you need. See, look at that. I'm easily entertained. Yeah, I like what you do, so I like working with my hands. And my background, I've, worked in an office my whole career for, I don't know, the last 30 years. And I had, if you want to count a great job as solely by how much money you make, I had a great job. I had a 6-figure job. But it just was so corporate-y, and I just wanted to be a true person, and I always put my employees first, and it just, sometimes that's not what they're looking for. So I decided to make a change. I mean, they loved me. I had a great career, but I was always on the inside. I felt like I was on pins and needles. Like, you're only as good as the last achievement that you did. So what about today? What about tomorrow? And your coworkers can be very competitive. Your management team can be very competitive. So just wanted some freedom to do it my way. And I still have a boss. All my customers are my boss, right? So, but most of them are going to be truthful. It's not perfect, and sometimes we make mistakes, right? So I'm going to make this side tight. Oh, I already did that side. I'll make this side tight. So I've got tape across, the edge is sealed, My Frankenstein sections are all closed up and sealed. I have extra stability tape here and here. And then this way I have extra stability tape. This is sealed. So I think it's ready to go. So if you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Share your experience with doing Frankenstein or any injuries. I hope you haven't gotten hurt from your tools. That's why I like this one. And we'll join again. Subscribe and hit that bell so you'll know the next time I post something. And I'll have the links below for the other materials. Thank you, and see you next time.